Hey guys, welcome back, and in today's video we're going to talk about the events that transpired over the weekend and the tragic events that transpired over the weekend with Christian Eriksen in the Denmark versus Finland fixture potentially suffering a cardiac arrest, and I believe 99% sure it was a cardiac arrest. It was tragic. It was a tragic incident. I'm sure all of us who are watching or who have watched the replays of it have been completely just dumbfounded of what happened. It's scary. It's really scary to see this happen because it takes us away from the entertainment factor of football, the joy of football, and realizing that life is precious. Life is very precious and something that can't be joked about. He's an Inter Milan player, and I'm here talking about him at the intro of this video because I can't help but sort of back life above a football club. That is the most important thing in life. It's just health. That's really what this is all about. But guys, I'm in a way to sort of invert this to back to Milan. I have to because it's part of the channel, and it's part of the reason why we saw a great action come from this tragic event, and that is the actions of Simon Kjaer. We've all seen it over social media. It's been a massive cry for his heroic actions, and it's something that I think we just can't ignore. And it's a reason why, in light of obviously what's happening potentially with Romagnoli leaving the club with a year left on his contract, potentially leaving to a club like Barcelona, or staying on, we still need a second captain because obviously Donnarumma has left the club. Simon Kjaer has to be in line for that. He has to be the first name in line for either the second captain or the head captain in the event of Romagnoli leaving the club. So without getting too much into the thick of what happened over the weekend, obviously spoken about before, Christian Eriksen suffered what seems to be a cardiac arrest. First player who really was on the scene, which was Simon Kjaer, obviously the captain for Denmark. He was someone who was holding his neck up and make sure he didn't swallow his tongue, pretty much calling over for the first aid medics, basically doing what a captain and a leader does. And he led the wall to block cameras filming into Christian's worrying situation. What we saw from Kjaer in these moments was something that only a leader does, only as someone of high spirit, someone with high discipline, something that not many people could do in that moment. And bless the Danish team, the Danish squad in those moments. A lot of those players were crying, just trying to comprehend what was happening in front of them. Simon Kjaer was strong for Christian Eriksen in those moments. He was strong for his wife, consoling her on the sidelines. This was something that it just screams out a leader as a human being, someone who is just going above and beyond, just reacting to the situation, someone who's trying to make someone's lives better for them in these tragic moments, all the while probably dealing with such heartbreak in between those moments. And it's something that I just can't comprehend how he did. I like to say I would do the same thing, but this is only something only certain few people could do in those moments, and I have to tip my hat off to Simon Kjaer. So yeah, it's been spoken about Romagnoli's future and what awaits upon that, but obviously this video is about what makes a captain, and I kind of went away after the events of what happened yesterday, and Kjaer is obviously the captain for Denmark, and I went on Google and I typed in what makes a sportsman captain. The first article I found was quite an interesting one, and it talked about the 3 C's of being a captain, and the 3 C's upon this article were caring, courageous, and consistent. And consistency is exactly what we get from Simon Kjaer, but the other 2 words, courageous and caring, was exactly what we saw from him on the weekend, and it's something that I just can't hype the guy up enough about. I just feel like he is just an exemplary man, someone who has just gone above and beyond what any person would do in that situation. I can't even fathom what any of us would do in that situation. I would have been probably like any other Danish player on that pitch at that time, crying, breaking down that a friend is going through this tragic event, potentially nearly dying. At one point probably was dying, God help his soul. But yeah, it's quite scary to comprehend that he was going through that. But Simon Kjaer was strong. He was strong for his teammates. He was strong for Christian in that moment. He was strong for his wife. He was strong for everyone. He was pretty much the pillar of strength in that moment. He was courageous. He was everything that a hero should be. And we've seen the outcry from social media. We've seen the outcry from from internet, we've seen the outcry from Instagram, from Twitter, from everything, just basically saying how incredible this man was in this moment. So yeah, guys, we've wrapped up things about sort of what makes a captain. You know, we talk about the three C's and that sort of analogy there, but also wrapping things up as well, and sort of how things come full circle. I don't really want to bring up tragic events or what's manifested in the past, but if all of you don't know, back in March 2018, Davide Astori, the Fiorentina captain, died from a cardiac arrest, I believe in a hotel room, and her head coach at the time was Stefano Pioli. And this is something that Pioli has said on many occasions that has, you know, affected his sort of outcome of life and how he sort of perceives it, has changed how he deals with coaching, deals with human beings. And I just feel like with that happening and the tragic events that transpired over the weekend, and with Simon Kjaer and Eriksen involved, all roads just lead to Simon Kjaer being in line for some sort of captaincy, and I feel like that needs to be the answer for the club. But yeah, guys, wrapping things up here today. I don't want to make this about sort of like Kjaer. It's important to make this about Christian Eriksen, because we need to continue to pray for his health, pray for his family, for his friends, for his child, all these sort of things. He's the most important person in this moment. But what we saw from it was you know, a hero in a certain moment where not a lot of us would have done the exact same thing. So I just want us to sort of pay a lot of respect to Simon Kjaer at the same time. But anyway, guys, let's wrap things up here today. If you haven't already, there's been amazing content coming out recently on the channel. Give it a try, give it a watch. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, whatever you guys want to do. But remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and Forza Milan.